I knew it was too early to promote you.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy, so your mistake will be short-lived.
In Casino Royale, James Bond is brilliant and brave, but also rather reckless, which raises an interesting question for leaders. Is talent alone enough to build a high-performing team? Hi there, my name is Troy Kinsey, Managing Partner for Kinbalo Ventures. We help organizations improve how they deliver and support services. So what's required to support a team comprised of highly skilled personnel? Welcome back to another Service Management in the Movies video. In today's video, we're going to use scenes from Casino Royale to discuss key elements that are crucial for developing and managing a high-performing team. And we'll discuss why it's not simply a matter of hiring skilled employees, but how you support them that really matters. Casino Royale was directed by Martin Campbell and stars Daniel Craig, Eva Green, and Judi Dench. So in Casino Royale, James Bond has just been promoted to 00 status.
Your file shows no kills, and it takes 2.
Bond is brilliant and fearless, but within a short period of time, he manages to create a diplomatic incident due to his focused but rather narrow view of the situation and his role.
Is the man deranged? And where the hell is he? In the old days, if an agent did something that embarrassing, he'd have the good sense to defect. Christ, I miss the Cold War.
So I've seen the same pattern in service organizations before. Well, not the blowing up of embassies as such, but where leaders will say, we've really hired the really smart people, and they have. But when every person works differently, beats to their own drum, as it were, service delivery becomes unpredictable and frankly inefficient. An example of this might be the rock star technician who, for all positive intents, fixes a P1 issue, but accidentally wipes the production database clean because they didn't follow the change management process. So with James Bond, this might seem rather strange. Lives are at stake, so why can't he just be able to do whatever he needs to do in order to resolve the issue, right? But these professionals work in an area where many more lives might be impacted if the wrong step is taken. So we're talking about really high stakes. And it's not always a simple matter of addressing what's right in front of you. So 1, understand your team.
Bond, this may be too much for a blunt instrument to understand, but arrogance and self-awareness seldom go hand in hand.
So you want me to be half monk, half hitman?
Any thug can kill. I want you to take your ego out of the equation.
So first off, most importantly is understanding the individuals on your team. Leaders need to understand how each team member performs their best, their strengths and weaknesses, their working style, and their aspirations, which, what actually motivates them. And this one is often overlooked, actually, so that leaders can provide the right level of guidance. 2, drive for consistency. So when I worked with a recent client in a service organization, the biggest challenge with ticket resolution wasn't really the technician skills, interests, motivations, or technology. It was the lack of consistency. Once everyone starts to follow the same process, or at least a similar process, service delivery becomes predictable. And once a process is predictable, consistent, then we can start to improve it. In the example I just mentioned with the previous client, we're able to improve resolution times that were historically measured in days, so an average of 6+ days, and bring it down to an average of less than 6 hours. So teams succeed when everyone follows the same operating model. 3, provide continual guidance. So good leadership means providing coaching, feedback, and positive correction. Again, coaching that's appropriate for each team member. So as we mentioned, Bond is talented but reckless. All teams are comprised of various personalities with their own quirks, strengths, weaknesses, and a good leader nurtures each team member and works to build that trust. Sometimes that means making tough decisions.
According to Villiers, you're the best player in the service. Trust me, I wish it wasn't the case.
So M has to learn to trust Bond. He has the poker playing skills that are necessary, but in M's eyes, he's also reckless and undisciplined. So 4, provide clear guidelines and standards. Clear guidelines provide clarity, faster and more reliable decisions, and fewer mistakes. Structure is what allows talent to perform consistently.
Don't worry about keeping in touch. We'll know where you are.
You can stop pretending. You knew I wouldn't let this drop, didn't you?
Well, I knew you were you.
So M provides guidelines. Now, a tracker right before this scene where they insert a tracker into his arm might be a bit overkill in terms of monitoring team members, but in Bond's case, it's actually probably a good idea. And notice her remark to our earlier point. She knows his strengths and weaknesses. 5, build and nurture trust. So in many organizations, we assume that if we hire talented, skilled personnel, people, success will naturally follow. But talent alone doesn't produce consistent results. What matters is clarity, structure, and expectations. Trust is an important commodity in every organization, especially one of espionage.
Tell them I'll get the money.
Money isn't as valuable to our organization as knowing who to trust.
So in the end, M understands Bond well. They've developed a working relationship, and she knows how to coach and leverage him effectively.
You don't trust anyone, do you, James?
No.
Then you've learnt your lesson. Get back as soon as you can. We need you.
So in closing, Bond eventually becomes a more effective member of the team, not because he's talented, that's been true all along, but because he learns discipline. Plus, importantly, he trusts and gains the trust of his boss, M and MI6. In service organizations, the same principle applies. Talent matters, of course, but spending the time to understand each member of your team, providing clear guidelines and expectations, aiming for consistency, and building that trust is what truly drives results. Great leaders don't just hire talent, they create environments where talent can succeed, and where skilled individuals can achieve their full potential.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
So in service organizations, the same principle applies. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed or learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy our video on leadership lessons for consultants or managing stress in service teams. Until we see you in the next video, have a fantastic day. Bye-bye now.